I pray to God that he goes to a program that challenges him as well as hold him accountable.
Reverse. Oh my goodness. Last update that we had from Cormani Mcclain was that he was making major strides at Florida. That was in weight, gaining almost 20 pounds, and speed, being clocked in as one of the fastest players on the team. The former 5-star Deion Sanders recruit and player for Colorado is seemingly finding a home at home because, you know, he's originally from Florida. So today what we're going to do is review the spring game from Florida because he was a major part of that. Get some updates there, a few throwback clips just so you know the history of Deion and Cormani if you don't. And then Dallas Wilson, a very controversial player from flipping last second after signing to Oregon to Florida, is going crazy and taking over as he is having a bit of a Jeremiah Smith-esque rise right now. So let's hop right into it, man. Appreciate y'all watching it. Let's check out the spring game, man. There's Cormani right there. There he is. Okay, Cormani with the tackle. Hold up. Sorry, that was way too loud. So Cormani is starting on the white team, as we can see. And if you don't know DJ Lagway, from what I understand, Florida fans correct me, he is not throwing. He's still recovering from a bit of a shoulder problem there. I think that's Ball moving some bodies. But I like it. I like that he's, you know what I'm saying? That's a smooth little tackle. He don't that ain't just nothing. This is a cornerback, you know, being able to press the line there, and it ain't gonna take too much time on it. But I like to see he looks a lot more lively. Not only does he look lively, I feel like when I watched him play at Colorado, specifically in the running game, and this is a DB thing, you know, he was a DB tackler, right? Here, I see him explode to the contact and in a way that I feel like I hadn't seen him since like a high school. You know what I mean? So let's take a peek around. Oof, nice little touchdown. And, you know, we'll peek around at the general team of Florida. You know, I'm a Texas fan, so on over here. Angle there. I don't think Cormani's going to be on the field here. And a nasty pick. Hey, man. Got to get those tips, man. Got to get those tips. Cormani Mcclain back out there again. Cormani Mcclain looking not afraid of contact again. He tried to get underneath that block, but couldn't do it. First down. Is that Cormani out there? Oh no, Cormani. Oh no. Oh, whoa. Oh no. Sorry. They'll copyright that. Like literally, they'll copyright that. I know that from CFB 25. But you get this little bubble screen. Okay, let's slow down. It's going a little too fast for me. Let's just slow it down just a tad bit, just half speed. Really gonna go. Okay, so here goes Cormani Mcclain coming towards this motion here. This guy just, I don't know what his plan was. He pressed X a little too soon. He gets shooketh, right? And he just has his foot in the ground. Cormani doesn't have a chance, especially because he has to be fair, get around this guy too. He's dealing with this guy. He makes one cut and then makes a real cut. And at that point, oh no, he's sending people. Shout out to Cormani though. Hey, both times they sending players his way. He's like, I ain't getting swerped. The crowd goes crazy though. You can hear the crowd go crazy. Reverse. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Like to see a big boy fly. Boom. Everybody's moving and grooving. The crowd goes crazy. The big boys are down the field making blocks. This is a phenomenal thing. Now, a coach hates to see this during spring because this has injuries written all over it. But other than that, man, Cormani does, I think, a decent job forcing things inside. You just have to hope that, you know, your teammates are there to help you on the inside. You know, you're going to see Dallas Wilson go crazy when we talk about it. Some people are saying that this Florida defense might just be in trouble. So we don't know. Here it is again. Not bad. Nice little run there. Again, DJ Lagway cannot throw. He's the presumed starter. Oh, a little zip on that. Who is this? Florida fans, tell me who this guy is. Okay. They got a few quarterbacks back there. They ain't just got one guy. Is Graham Mertz still on the team? Don't tell me Graham Mertz is still on the team. Looking for a quick completion there. Smacking things down. 1, 2, 3. Out there. Is that Cormani get? Oh no! Oh no! Is that? Please don't tell me that's Cormani getting deep fried. I think that's Cormani, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a quick bubble. Yeah, that's Cormani. And that's tough because probably what he read was an RPO where he stuck his foot in the ground. And then after that, he didn't have a chance. And you can see his frustration there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that ain't ever fire, dog. So we'll be able to see him in some other angles too. Whenever we go to the other videos that we just go through. Man. But Florida fans, y'all let me know. Are y'all excited? I feel like Florida's always been that team that even as of recent, when they haven't had the most, the most greatest, even though they haven't had the greatest success on a national scale, obviously they haven't been to the playoffs, XYZ. It's been a while since they've been at the top or even competing for an SEC championship, right? One thing they always do is produce, good defense by 12. One thing they typically do is produce, there's Mr. Dallas Wilson himself. He's a unit, dog. I don't think he's as tall as Jeremiah Smith, but he's wide like that. He thick, boy. That boy got some, you know what I'm saying, on him. So we'll keep going. Don't worry. We got plenty more clips to go here.
Here's Lively.
And then that's, I guess, Jacoby there rolling off left there. Oh, wow. He's okay. But everybody knows, come on, man. If it's the spring game, like, it's over with right here. That's usually the rule, so I'm not even mad about that one. But he bounces that one off. He goes crazy for this.
Not only.
I think that's Graham Mertz again. Boom, hitting you know who. Dallas Wilson. He's going crazy. He's liking it. Here's a few more inventive ways to look at it. Too easy.
Wilson up top.
He's throwing seeds, man. Throwing seeds. Doesn't look like Cormani is getting abused in any of these. Is Cormani on the field? I think he's playing this lower corner here. And he just breaks another. Now that boy just broke that one. That boy just broke down. I don't know what else you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else you can say about that. And this is ball. Okay, this is ball. I didn't know his number. That's why I was about to say his number. I know he was a true freshman last year. Kid's a dog. I've heard his name. I've seen him run. I just forgot his number. And I think that's why 13 running backs got weird numbers now. Didn't Casey Conception have 10? Yeah, what's happening here? All right, we saw that. Y'all know what happened here. Here's some more angles there. I love these like multi angles from all the fans. Oh, that was a completion. That was nasty. That was quite nasty. Rolls right, finds the tight end in the end zone. We saw that on that other angle too. But that's great to see. And then we're gonna get into more specific videos about Cormani. But speaking of specific videos about Cormani Mcclain, let's walk you through a very, very brief history, starting in season with these two, now infamous clips of Deion addressing Cormani Mcclain, and probably the last time Deion Sanders directly, alluded to Cormani Mcclain in this clip as well. And then just to give you a refresher, then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about and update you, if you don't know, about some of the updates that he's had. Again, the 20 pounds of weight gain, the elite speed, and things of that nature. His strength and conditioning coach naming one of the fastest players on the team. And if we have enough time after the Dallas Wilson section, we'll even check out what Billy Napier had to say in his press conference. All right, so let's hear from Deion Sanders back in September 19th, 2023, back when Cormani was a Buffalo, a true freshman, but was not finding the field.
What is the plan at corner? Like, is Cormani ready yet?
No. The plan at corner is cornerback committee. That's why we practice. We're going to see who steps up and takes over that role.
What's holding Cormani back at this point?
He is.
Field was up to Cormani. I wonder if you could elaborate on what you want to see him do, one. And two, did he help his case?
Study, prepare.
Study,
prepare. Be on time for meetings. Show up to the darn meetings. Understand what we're doing as a scheme. Want to play this game. Desire to play this game. Desire to be the best in this game. At practice, in the film room, and on your own free time. You do know that I check film time for each player upon the week. Thursday, I need film times from the whole staff so I can see who's been preparing. And that's just not about Cormani. It's about a multitude of them. So if I don't see that you would be a fool to put somebody out there and they're unprepared. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. I'm old school. I'm sorry.
Did Oregon help in that regard? You got out there late.
What a score. Shoot.
And, he goes on and talks about Oregon and how they're getting beat so bad, XYZ. And I will pause here because before we get into this, April 18th, again, this is after the portal, right? After everything. Well, actually, this is right when the portal opened, but he was already in the portal. He's gone. He found his place in Florida. And I want to talk about that year in Florida because after this, we're actually, obviously going to talk about his transition and the benefits that he's been able to make. But understand that in this last year at Florida, where he was a walk-on, right? He just became a scholarship player. First of all, congratulations to him for being a scholarship player. We did a video about that a while back. And ever since he's been a scholarship player, you've seen more growth. But going back to this moment, right? Billy Napier, because a lot of people try to say, the whole clicks thing, XYZ, and even some Florida people who've been writing about Cormani Mcclain kind of have this backhanded look and approach on Deion Sanders when he was just simply saying, hey, you're not preparing and doing the things. And guess what happened with Billy Napier at the end of the season when Cormani Mcclain started to get playing time, when he got smoked by Matthew Golden, sorry about it, when he got smoked by the Georgia wide receiver core, which was one of the worst they've had in years, right? And he had the time to, opportunity to play. Now, he did get that pick six against Kentucky in garbage time. I even hyped it up, and I'll continue to hype it up. But in all reality, right, that was a year of still trying to figure it out. So it took you an extra year to now all of a sudden you're gaining 20 yards, 20 pounds. Now all of a sudden you're faster. It's interesting to me that those same issues seemingly had to be a problem. It seemed like he was a bit of a slow grower, a slow performer, a slow sprouter. I don't know how you pronounce it, but clearly somebody who wasn't prepared because he wasn't making these strides at Florida. Billy Napier had some of the same complaints. Hey, he's just now getting the scheme. He's going to need some more time in the scheme. And then now we see, okay, the physical growth, the mental growth as well. He's starting to really show there. But let's see what Deion Sanders ultimately wanted from him, and then we're going to go ahead with that major update from Cormani.
I wanted to ask you about Cormani, Coach. He obviously entered the portal. Just is there anything that you could share about the situation?
I'm always in prayer for our young men, and I want the best for them. And I pray to God that he goes to a program that challenges him as well as hold him accountable and develop him as a young man. Unfortunately, we weren't the program that can accomplish that. So prayerfully that he understands that this is the second go round and get it. Go get it, man, because he has a tremendous amount of talent, but he has to want it.
I mean, I don't know if you could have said it any better, right? I think Deion Sanders, from the lips and the words of Paulus, from the lips and the words of many people, is somebody who continues to support people that come in contact with you. If you're talented, he's gonna let that be known and continue to support that. And that's something that I think is true. And I think it's clear that Cormani has talent. And here are just some tweets from the general, what's it called? Florida people, right? These are Florida County, the Florida fans or beat reporters. Says Cormani Mcclain with the tackle on ball. We saw that. Cormani Mcclain with a nice cut tackle, obviously away from Jaden Ball. But this, I think, is the biggest thing. Most improved freshman goes to KD Daniels, Fletcher Westpole, Teddy Foster. And he does say Cormani Mcclain, maybe he means like newcomer, because, Cormani Mcclain technically is a newcomer. I think he's getting a lot more playing time in this spring than he did last spring. And you can see there definitely does seem to be a difference, right? There does seem to be a bit of growth. Not only, when you talk about the thickness or whatnot, but I think the fluidity, right? I think when you looked at drills when he was back at Colorado and even last year at Florida, it was, you saw the speed, you saw the suddenness, but I don't think he was as under control, right? Here, I just feel like there's like a confidence that he is kind of walking around with at this point. He looks like a real deal, D1 player, in all phases at this point. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for all the positive things that have been said about him. Obviously, that was that picture that went semi-viral. Everybody's going crazy about it. And, of course, this is the strength and conditioning coach kind of naming off his fastest players, and Cormani Mcclain. This is recent, and he's the one that's kind of popping up and being in that space. So that's great to hear. Now, as the Gators commit spring camp, no Florida player received more praise Thursday than redshirt sophomore cornerback Cormani Mcclain. Mcclain, who's put on 20 pounds of muscle and is reaching 23 miles per hour, appears to have poised to realize his massive potential. According to teammates and coaches alike, Cormani is going to be dangerous. He just has a knack for playing corner. And like I said, I really do feel and sense a bit of confidence from Cormani Mcclain. So congratulations to him. But before we go any further, let's talk about Dallas Wilson. Again, he's going to be, oh, wow, that's loud. That's super duper loud. This is apparently what Florida fans are calling their Jeremiah Smith. Big dog from Florida, can go up and get it. Catch radius is redonkulous. He's strong. He's a manimal. He wants to bully people. Originally committed to old Oregon. You know what I'm saying? He was a big Oregon guy. A 5-star wide receiver. Dallas has flipped from Oregon to Florida per high fight. I don't know how to pronounce that account, but this was like he was locked in. And here's 5-star Dallas Wilson on his decision to sign with the Oregon Ducks. He signed December 4th, 2024 on the dot line. I chose Oregon because it's my dream since I was a baby. So I'm going to be with them all the way. I'm ready to play on the big stage, the Big Ten stage, you feel me? And show everybody how we're coming. Oregon currently has the second best recruiting class in the nation, according to On3. The Ducks have signed top 2 wide receiver in the nation, Decoria Moore, and now Dallas Wilson. Now, Moore is still there, but Dallas Wilson went ahead and flipped over to the swamp. And, that is a whole nother conversation about kids instantly, signing and jumping out and doing all that stuff. But for all of the, craziness, quote unquote, this is what he's doing in the spring game. His first time going against other collegiate players, broadcasted 10 receptions, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, 19.5 yards per reception. And again, you're playing against your own guys, right? So, everything is taken with a large granular grain of salty salt here. But here he is doing it again. Looks very potato-y. Bop. But there's that other angle of that touchdown. Here's some big boy catches on the right side. Boom, he's got it. He's getting stood up. He don't play no games. Again, takes 7 people to take this big bad dog. And you can see kind of where the Jeremiah Smith comparisons are coming from. Not just because he's, in Florida. Oh, my goodness. Wow. But look out for Dallas Wilson. I'm a Texas fan, so, what I'm saying, I'm hoping that downfall of Florida, hoping we never have to play all again. Because I think we kind of got away lucky that DJ Lagway was kind of banged up and things were going on. But other than that, man, like this video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content, updates, and everything else in between, transfer portal, NIL, all types of fun stuff. Comment down below who your team is and what they're about to get in the transfer portal. It's about to open. Y'all gonna lose some people too. So, be prepared, be strapped up, understand what you need and what you don't need, what you're great. You're great. Keep being great, man. We'll see you next time. Peace.